Well, good day YouTube and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today we're looking at another beer from the $24 pack of Mediocrity. By that I'm making a joke about the Beau's Oktoberfest pack. What are we looking at today? Today we are looking at Happy Pilsner. So, Happy Pilsner is 5.3% alcohol by volume. It is Wild Oats number 7, which means it was actually one of the first Wild Oats. Lowest number in this package, too. The Bohemian Pilsner is a staple of the German diet, and we're happy to include one for you in the 2014 Beau's Oktoberfest mix pack. Pale blonde in color, Happy Pilsners, light floral, herbal, and honey aromas take your senses on a trip to their happy place. The ever-enjoyable taste of a crisp, clean, traditional lager. Traditional for the style, the flavor has some yeast-derived, soft sulfur notes. Oh, yay. The hopping provides medium bitterness that balances the malt profile without harshness. So again, 5.3% alcohol by volume. It is local spring water, organic barley malts, organic hops, brewer's yeast. Open her up. You know what? As much as I make fun of this pack should basically always be a fairly mediocre pack. I mean, we're looking at Oktoberfest brews, so Marzens, Pilsners, maybe a Schwarzbier, maybe a Goza, maybe a Berliner Weiss, maybe a Roche beer of some type, maybe a half Bavarian beers. Very drinkable, but for me fairly bland and boring. Not that you don't every once in a while want a bland and boring beer, but they are what they are. It's a nice looking Pilsner. Good haze to that, lots of carbonation moving up. It is that straw color. Beautiful head, a thick head, bright white. It is a nice looking Pilsner. I mean, it looks the part. Looks even nice in the big Molson M pint glass. It says honey aroma, I don't really get that. There is a floral note to it. There is a slight tang of a spiciness. The grassy notes, the herbal notes of the noble hops are there. Little, almost hint of like a sourness to it. Not that the beer itself will be sour, but just the nose of it has a little tartness to it. Smells nice. Smells nice. What will it be like though is the big question, right? Let's try it. Cheers, guys. Okay, so if you're looking for just a clean, crisp, traditional Pilsner, you have it right here. If that's what you're looking for, a clean, crisp, traditional Pilsner, you have it. You get that grassy taste, you get that slight bitterness on the background, you get a nice subtle maltiness on the forefront, just a tiny bit of sweetness up at the forefront, sweet graininess. The finish kind of grainy, and yeah, you know, it talked, excuse me, it talked about the yeast giving off a slight sulfur-like taste, and I never actually thought of a Pilsner as a sulfur-like taste, but I can kind of see what they're going with, but I'm finding it to be a slight, almost Just a mix of grain, grass, pine needle, and a touch of salt. And I could see that all mixing together to be like a sulfur-like taste. Again, it's your paradigms. I'm not a big sulfur guy. I hate most things with that in it. I mean, I don't even like beers from the Burden on the Trent because of that sulfur-like taste. So I can see where they're coming from with it. It's just not what I think of when I'm drinking it. Excuse me. Very easy drinking though. Only drawback on this, carbonation seems a little high. It actually hurts the back of my throat a little bit and my chest. Other than that, I can't complain about it. I mean, it's a Pilsner. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've had, of all the Pilsners I've had, most of them have been blah, meh, bland, whatever. But they're drinkable, and I mean, I give them a mark usually around the 4 to 6 range, and it's not because they're not good beers, it's because I'm rating these in my personal opinion on them, and I don't care to buy a Pilsner. If I have no choice, I'll drink it, because it's usually fine, it's acceptable. But when I'm going out and I'm using my hard-earned money to buy a beer, I want something with a little more pizzazz to it. I mean, if my choice was to buy Happy Pilsner or buy something like Dead Now from Block 3 for the same price, I'd go with Dead Now because it's just more complex, more enjoyable, more tasty for me. But this is a great just getting drunk beer. I shouldn't even say just getting drunk, just hanging out with the guys and drinking beer, because you might not even drink enough to get drunk. But that's what this is great for. $6 a bottle. Little expensive, but you are looking at an all-organic product. I mean, you are paying a premium if you're buying all-organic, so that's understandable as well. In the end, it is clean. It is crisp. It's very crisp. A little overcarbonated. But your Pilsner tastes grainy, grassy, earthy, slight bitterness. A slight tiny touch of sweetness. You can't really get much more out of a Pilsner. Out of 10, I'll give it a 2-point mark. For me, probably like a 5.5. It is a really good Pilsner. Just, I don't see myself buying it. When you look at $6 a bottle and you look at the taste, and I just don't see myself buying it. As a Pilsner, it's probably worth about a 7.5, 7.75. It is a very good Pilsner. It's just not my cup of tea. So thank you, YouTube, for watching. Have a wonderful night, and goodbye. What the fuck is this?